Good evening, everyone. How are y'all doing? Hope you guys can all hear me. Welcome, welcome. Sorry to end Club Loki. That was going on just then. I know. I feel like some of you guys come here for the jams. Either way, you are welcome here. Welcome to your Saturday night Heathen Asatru Norse Pagan prayer service. Welcome. My name is Reverend Ben Kowalski Grehek, and this is presented to you by The Troth. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The jams don't hurt. Civilized. I know you come back for these jams. Hola, mis amigos. ¿Cómo está? Hey. Oh. Chloe. Chloe got my... Me going like, oh man, I have to do bilingual. Hey, Chloe. Great. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. Wonderful to have you here. Returning folks, newcomers, people who've been looking for something like this. Thank you guys so much. Oh, hey, you finally made it. Yay. Hi. Hi. Okay. So, if this is your first time here, you haven't watched any of the video on demand, I want to give you an idea of what we do here. So we break this into 3 parts. First, we're going to go through an education part. We're going to talk about what this is over here, this threefold method. Where did it come from? Hint, I made it up. And why we do it, where each part comes from, just to understand how the prayer structure comes together. Then we're actually going to do it together. So that's the second part. So we're going to learn about it first before we actually do it. Now, I, of course, am not going to be able to check your form at home. I'm not judging you. I can't see you, for one thing, and I wouldn't judge you anyway. Whether you are able to do this or not, whether you are just trying to see what this is like, hey, again, I am not here to judge. I'm just here to pray. So, again, if you want to play along at home, you can. Instructions will be on the screen when it's time for them to come up. Do we need to figure out bilingual closed captions? Why you got to make more work? Why we got to make more work? Probably at some point we will have to do bilingual closed captions. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyway, after that prayer, after the prayer itself, we are then going to go into our Q&A, which is I'm a Gothi, so I should be able to answer some of the basic questions that you guys have about heathenry, also true Norse paganism. I'm not an all-wise person, so there will be some things that stump me, especially finer points about the lore. But again, if you have questions about practice, also true heathen life, happy to help as much as I can. Also, if you guys want to know about the Troth, that's the organization that puts this on. I'm the president of that organization, so I should be able to answer some questions about that as well once the Q&A is going. Oh, you got a pug sleeping on you at this time. Okay. Well, you can think what's going on. That's having a pug. It is a valid excuse in this house. Of I have a dog on me. That is a valid excuse for us in this house. In this house, we respect having a dog on you. All right. So let's go into what this is, where it comes from. I already told you I made it up, but I didn't just make it up because I thought it was a good idea to do. It comes out of 20 years of practice, of reading, of studying the sources, and of just being heathen and seeing stuff in the community that I liked and seeing stuff in the community I didn't like. That's what it comes from. It just comes from both book reading and just community experience as well, like how I've experienced prayer. So this is just one way that people do this, or one person does this. So the first question that I asked myself when I was heathen is, which way do I face? Which way am I supposed to look? Right? For me, if you have an altar, you would face that. So right now I'm fortunate enough to have one. So I have an altar here. I haven't always had one. There have been times in my life when I've gone altarless. In fact, for most of my heathen life, I did not have one. In fact, I didn't have an altar until I got a house. So for most of my heathen life, I did not have one. So what did I do then? Which way did I face then? There are 2 references in the lore that I'm aware of that reference directions that people faced. One was a reference to the Anglo-Saxons facing east. The other was a reference, I believe somewhere in the sagas, of a particular person or a village that would face north. So east and north were the 2 directions that are called out in the literature. I combine them both together. I say, well, okay, if the sun is coming up, it's dawn, then I'll face east. if the sun's going down or it's set, I'll face north. That's the way I've oriented it. And of course, I've come up with like reasons for why in my mind, like, oh, you know, the rising sun seems to be a thing you can orient yourself towards. It's going to come up in the same direction every day. And if it's nighttime and the stars are out, the North Star seems to be a way to orient yourself. So there you go. Seems to work for me. So that's what I've done. So if you do have an altar, face the altar. If you don't, depending on the time of day, east or north. Next, what do we like to do before we get into a holy space is we want to sanctify, or before we pray, is we want to sanctify the space that we're about to get into. We live in multi-purpose spaces. You know this and I know this. This room is not always used for prayer. In fact, oftentimes, more often than not, it's not. Really, it's just for about 10 minutes every weekend, it's used for a prayer. For the rest of this time, this place is an office. It's a kid's playroom. It's a gym. It's a laundry room. It's a mess. That's what it is. So when we are about to pray, we want to make that space sacred for the time that we're going to use it. And there's a lot of different ways the heathens have done that throughout the years. The first and most famous is, of course, the hammer in the north, hail and hallow this holy stead. Hammer in the east, hail and hallow this holy stead. South, west, north, south, above, below. The hammerite. If you are old school, if you have been in this religion for any amount of time, you've either seen this being done or you've done it yourself. I don't crap on the hammerite. I think it is perfectly fine. It's just, it never was for me because it just felt very high magic, and I just don't have the pathos. I just don't have the pathos for high magic. I just don't have the presence for it, I guess. You know, and of course it feels like it's high magic because it came to us from Wicca, but people have been doing it now for, gosh, like 40 years minimum. People have been doing the hammerite, so I'm not gonna question it. It's just what people have been doing, but it's not for me, right? It's not for me. It's not for this space, and it's certainly not something I would think of for something like a simple prayer, right? The next way that I've seen people sanctify space is by a fake candle, fire. Now, this is attested in the lore that, you know, heathens used fire. Though, of course, the lore conveniently leaves out how they used the fire, just that there was some fire involved somewhere. Okay. So what have people come up with for how to use fire? Well, what they've done is they usually have a candle or a lantern or a torch that they'll bring around the sacred space to sacralize it, to hallow it, usually with some chanting involved. I don't have the space to do that. I mean, my hand's touching a desk, my hand's touching a wall. Like this is all I've got. I do not have that much space. I'm not gonna be walking around here with an open flame. It's just not happening. my wife would be so mad at me for burning the house down for a prayer. So I instead just look to our friends from the east, and I just grab one of these. It's a singing bowl. I have one of those. I have a bell, and if I have none of those, I've got my hands. So it's a ring, a ding, or a clap. I either ring the bell, or I ding the singing bowl, or I clap 3 times. So 3 times ring, 3 times ding, 3 times clap, all good. And then you are ready to begin prayer. So I'll do that first, then I'll bow, and then I'll come to kneeling, which I'm doing right now. And after I come to kneeling, I've already blessed the space, so now it's time to bless myself. I touch my hand to my forehead, say bless my thoughts. Hand to the throat, say bless my words. Hands extended in front of me, and I'll say bless my deeds. So thoughts, words, deeds. All right. And after all that, Now we actually begin the prayer proper. We actually begin doing the thing. This is the point where I wish I had for you a pre-prepared prayer that has been passed down from generation to generation, and I just don't. I am sorry, but no such prayer exists. There is no text, no runestone, no nothing that points to it and says, look here, heathens of the future, here is your prayer. It's right here. Read this. This will be fine. No. However, all hope is not lost. We did get and inherit a lot of poetry from ancient times. Though written down by Christians, it was an oral tradition previously, and some of that oral tradition made it into the writings. And one of those verses is two of those verses are very useful for prayers. That's from the Sigdrifamal, the Hail Day, Hail Sons of Day verse, and the Hail the Gods, Hail the Goddesses verse. Those two verses are the ones that I'm going to use as my first two verses for prayer. And after each one, I prostrate. That means I go full face down, hands down. So I'll speak a verse, face down, hands down, speak another verse, face down, hands down. And I just keep doing that back and forth until I've run out of prayers to speak, until I've run out of verses. So after those first two, and you could just end it there if you wanted to, but I like to do a free verse in there where I will say, hail Thor, hail son of Odin and of Earth, hail our protector and our defender. I'll go into more verses for specific gods. So now is the time where we open the floor to our viewers, this evening. If you want a particular prayer, please pop it in the chat. I will do my very best to come up with a verse. Cannot promise perfection. I am a terrible freestyler, but please go ahead and pop in the chat if you have a request. I will happily try to accommodate all that I can. After doing all of those prayers, after doing all those verses, we will do a short meditation, silent meditation, about 1 to 2 minutes, where we are going to think about the divine encounter. Think about prayer as being our moment with the gods. So here we are, mere mortals, now in the face of the divine, experiencing their goodness. What I contemplate here is, what am I going to do to take this moment, this experience, and take it out into my daily life through seeking wisdom, speaking kindly and truthfully towards others, and doing good deeds. How am I going to bring this moment that I have with the gods out into the world with me through the rest of the week? This prayer is our moment to align with them. What are we going to do with that? That's where that goes. So after that, I'll stand, bow twice more, and then we are all set. We are ready to go with the rest of our week, and then we'll do our Q&A. Let's see what requests we have in the chat. Oh, look at these. Dang. All right, we got Freya, we got Hell. Not sure who to pray for tackling procrastination. Thor. When all else fails, Thor. If it feels like it's an obstacle in your way, Thor. Odin and Thor. Oh, okay, we got that one. Air, very popular. Loki, of course, yes. Happy Pride. Can I invoke Loki? This is very interesting. I don't think of my prayers as invocations, so like I'm not summoning him or anything like that. I'm just praying, is what I'm doing. So, but yeah, Loki is on our list. Freya, yes, of course. Lost her cat. I'm so sorry. I'm Tari Terra. Greg, if able, if I can, I absolutely will. Ah, for grief. That's a good question. Could go either way on that one. Could go Hell, Baldur, or Frigga. I can combine that with our Frigg prayer. Or Hell. Alright. We got our list. That's a lot, but we're going to get through it. I'm going to be so lightheaded by the end of this, you guys. Okay. So let me get our list. Okay. Thank you guys so much for the requests. Let's get to it. Look upon us with kind eyes, as we who are patient find peace. Hail the gods. Hail the goddesses. Hail the ever-giving earth. Bless us with wisdom and kind words and healing hands, lifelong. Hail Freya. Hail to our joy. Hail to our Lady of grace and boundless generosity. Hail to you, Freya, and hail to you, comforter of us in grief. May you bring joy to the faces of those who grieve. May you help them remember the loved ones that they've lost with happiness for the time that they did share. Hail Hell. Hail to the gracious host. Hail to the protector and the keeper of our beloved dead. Hail, may we understand your graciousness. May we strive to be better hosts and to welcome all as you welcomed our beloved dead and as you keep them safe in your wonderful hospitality until the day that we again join them. Hail Odin. Hail to the Lord of Wisdom. Hail to the All-Father and the Far-Seer. Hail Odin. Bring clarity to those of us who need it. Help us understand the truth. Help us pursue wisdom. Help us set our hearts on it. And guide us with purpose towards that wisdom. Hail Thor. Hail son of Odin and of Earth. Hail to the overcomer of all obstacles. Thor, may those who pray to you, may the obstacles in their path be smashed into dust. May they step easily over them. And may they achieve what they hope to achieve. Through your power and your care, great friend to all of us. Hail Air. Hail to the healing maiden, hail to the best of all physicians. Air, may you care for our loved ones who are sick, restore them to health, and bring them back to us safe. Hail Loki. Hail to the faithful companion. Hail to the clever one and the resourceful one. Loki, may you guide and protect all of those who have the courage to go on that perilous journey to bravely be who they are and discover who they are meant to become. May you transform all obstacles in their way into the path that they tread. Protect them and guide them. Hail Frigg. Hail to the beloved mother. Hail to she who comforts those who grieve. Frigg, come to those in their grief, comfort them, hold them in the palm of your hand, empathize with their grief, help them bear it until they come through it. Thank you guys so much for giving us those prayer requests. Let's move into our meditation. Once again, think on how we seek wisdom, how we speak kindly and truthfully towards others, and how we do good deeds.
Oh
Stand, bow twice more, then we'll get to our Q&A. All right, thank you so much. Get back to our education here. Ooh, a lot of prostrations, guys. Like winded. I needed to do like a stretch after. Crazy. Thank you all for coming to this prayer service. It is so wonderful to have all here, even though I'm like sweating. From it's a good sweat. So what, you were late? Jazz Morbius. How dare. No. Fine, you will catch us. I promise you will catch us again. Someday. Oh, Tara, thank you. Thank you. We are grateful for you. A community does not exist if no one shows up. So, Tara, we are grateful for you. The Kennings. Yeah, Duchess. This is it really truly is off the cuff, and I know, and part of why they have to be so simple is because they're off the cuff. I don't have the time to go through thinking about, you know, the vast poetic corpus of kennings that we have. I just, it's whatever comes to mind first. So that's why they're simple. Are more detailed kennings required for bloats as opposed to everyday prayers? No, they are not. It depends very much on, like, some people really get into poetic forms because bloat and any kind of prayer really is someone's way of connecting with the gods. And some people really do connect to the gods through that kind of poetry. So they do get really up in their kennings. But not for me. It's never been like, it's not that I'm not good with poetry. I am, but the kennings thing has always taken me out of it rather than put me into it. Right? I've always felt like a super elaborate kenning. I always felt like someone was just showing off, you know. But some people, that is how they connect, you know. So for me, it would just feel like I was showing off. Yeah, the same ones, exactly. Texas, absolutely. The kennings that I use over and over and over and over again. Any epithet for the gods, I just use over and over and over again. Oh, thank you. Well, Jazz Morbius, you are on vacation, so I can forgive it just this once. After this, no more forgiveness, no mercy. It's fine. You will get here eventually. Are kennings the prayers themselves? No, a kenning is really just a reference. It's what we might call an epithet. If epithet, that's funny. I just used a more complicated word to describe a complicated word. It's a nickname. It's a nickname. It's another way of referring to the god. Usually it's in a way in which you are attempting to reference why it is you're talking about that god. So if you're talking about Odin and you're thinking, I want clarity, I want wisdom, I want to feel that, you would use the name Lord of Wisdom, right? Lord of or for Tyr, Lord, real righteous Lord, right? That's what would come to mind. Oh no. Okay, yes. I'm so sorry about the glitch out last week. Yes, books that I recommend. Our Troth Volume 1, 2, and 3, 3rd edition. That's what I would recommend. You feel better after prayer service? Oh, thank you. I'm touched. I usually feel better too. When Eric was a skald for sure. Yeah, I have been in my 20 years in heathenry. I have one bit of advice for people that I always like to give is never, and this is going to make sense to very few people, but it's never get involved in a sumble with a Theodsman because they treat it like a competitive sport. That's because you could be in sumble with somebody and they will, so the sumble is like where you're passing, usually you pass a horn between people and people make speeches, right? They speechify over the horn. Well, some people, when they speechifying, they bogart that thing so hard that I one time witnessed a man beautifully recite the entire Voluspa from memory in Old Norse. It took hours. Everyone was asleep by the end of it. So just saying, I have seen the furthest reaches of that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was a night. It was Yule. I think it was a Yule night. We were doing the Yule vigil. You know, sometimes you'll try and stay up all night. This did not help, right? Like, combine the fact that we're all drinking, right? Like it's drinking, and my man is bogarting this horn, just singing, I mind you, the Voluspa. Like, he's not just speaking it, he's singing it. In Old Norse, it is a rare thing. I have never, like, it was a once in a lifetime experience. I will never forget it. But at the same time, Nick, you bastard, you know, like you both enthralled everyone to this thing, and at the same time, like, man, that was crazy. Yeah, exactly. It is incredible. It is incredible. It is a once in a lifetime thing. And the person who did it, again, is one of the most talented heathen liturgists I have ever met in my entire life. Super inspiring, super into what he does. Again, very few people on this earth would ever sit there and memorize Old Norse poetry, let alone the Voluspa, let alone just recite it from memory at midnight. So, yeah, impressive. Okay, I see here I'm working on an altar. Not done with it because I want to hand carve idols. Overgrown area in my backyard I'm using for prayer. Should I do anything to the space, or just the fact that it's off? Oh, he makes it special. I would actually. I might, if you, depending on how much space you have, I might actually do the fire thing if it's safe to do a little bit of like a claiming ritual. If you set up maybe like a wall, like a stone wall around it, you might not have to just bless it every time. But yeah, I think that outdoor space, I think an outdoor space is great. If you have the room for it, yeah, I do the fire thing. Not in your bedroom though. Don't light your bedroom on fire. Just do the bell. Just do the bell. All right, folks. Thank you guys very much for being here. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your presence. And yeah, that's not, nope. Mine neither. Mine neither. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being and for those of you who keep coming back each week, thank you for doing so. It means a lot. I'm glad this does you some good. It helps you feel good each week. I'm happy for that. And for newcomers who maybe this is your first time experiencing anything of Norse paganism, I'm grateful for you for coming here. And I hope that you learned something today that you can keep with you. Again, adapt and adopt as you see fit. Thank you all, and we will see you next week, 6 a.m. Central, 8:30 p.m. Central.